Cypher's able to gather you a lot more info. You hold more lanes with your traps, and obviously your cam is constant.
Grab Unlimited bisa pakai cash sekalian order GrabFood loh. Langganan sekarang.
Nullify the Cypher util, then none of it matters.
I think this first half is going to be very defining. The
kembali.
attack side from T1.
Wih, gak berpiala dia.
DRX on attack looked a lot better than on their defense the last time these two teams played.
Now this is map 3 of the grand finals of Pacific Kickoff. We're sending it back to our casters. Achilles.
Iya, dia udah teho mati ini. Di freeing dari kemarin.
Take it away, we shall. Thank you very much, Desk.
Dan informasinya ini jadi
on that defender side. This is where teams T1 in particular can run it down on you. We've seen it where they can be pretty well fluid, pretty well in control. They're just going to stack up for this arcade control. Do a little bit of push out towards flashback, use those salvos. That's going to force out the razor vines. Bring through a little bit of info gathering. Both stealth drones going to just pass by each other there. T1.
Stickbook powwow there is okay. Flashback with a peek down into sewer, able to find one. Buzz going to be taken down.
Launching smoke.
Some damage eaten though. He and Mako tagged up a bit. Let's try to play forward here at tower. Salvos forcing them back here for the moment. Moves up into the smoke, filling that space, and he's still able to come away with a kill. Turn to the flash here from Mako. Wow. It's going to be freeing, however. Who's coming up with the kills. 2 more for him. It's now just down to stacks. We'll get a parting gift there onto Hyunmin, but this pistol belongs to DRX.
Yeah, the beat and switch there. Really nice at the end of the round from Mako and Freeing. Doing a great job working in conjunction, and even though Flashback gets pushed off of the site, he's able to buy a little bit extra time with his util. They use their stealth drone to confirm, and then DRX sends Flashback right in, able to find a huge kill with that right click before he gets taken down. Clears out Buzz in sewers. So a nice start on this defender side to get the ball rolling for DRX. T1 gonna spread the map a little bit more seemingly this time. A little bit of util here to push back Carpe. It's gonna at least open up the orb for Buzz on the other side.
They have 2 forward shoves on this south side.
Yep.
Hyunmin working his way further and further. Mako as the peek down into sewer. Gets a little bit more damage across. Now everybody tagged up here as he's just going to go for the swing. Freeing getting 1, getting a second as Carpe will fall. Did manage to finish off the former weakened Mako. As at Meteor now, just going to be collecting an orb to see if he can get anything done here, find any more damage. But for now, it looks like these 4 Bulldogs likely to be carried over unless this Sheriff can absolutely sing.
We've seen it before where Meteor can do things that defy belief. Certainly going to be extremely difficult.
And Sheriff was worried to turn the tide, that Lotus versus Heretics.
Yep. Man's had some nasty rounds with the Sheriff.
Can this be one of them? Angles lined up. Flashback just holding close. Bulldog to carry forward into that bonus. Ready to try to collect and juggle it away. And for Meteor, he is eventually going to want to get taken down in some fashion or another. Footsteps going to be heard. Time starting to dwindle.
Grab the Bulldog.
Yeah, has the Bulldog in hand. Now another opportunity to maybe do a bit of added damage. As he's not going to be able to get any kind of plant here, but it looks like widely DRX say, okay, take the weapon. We're going to leave you.
Well, all right then. But yeah, just solid stuff. Sewers push, dealt with that extra space that they took early, using those guided salvos to clear out tree. Work to treat, allow them to control that Sewers angle. Let's see what the response is going to be from T1. They're going to continue to just try to work the north side of the map. Try to see if they can break open from Dish perhaps this time. Freeing there though, on that Teho.
Oh, and that's enough of a spot out. Slowly trying to creep back over towards safety. Gets himself successfully over to drop, but down to 33. Does have that regen shield, so a little bit more on the back end to reinforce the health.
Looks like this is just a grab of the orb, then a pivot. All of DRX though stacking at A lobby. Kind of curious. Looks like they're just gonna try to set up, try to hit Meteor in the back, make this a one-directional
Flashback needs to
affair.
get the hell in the tower now.
It's all right.
Yeah, does mention tuck back, but just a shorty and a ghost to speak of. Salvos go out. Buzz riding his way up the rope and able to go ahead and collect the kill. Down to 41, but still surviving. It's T1, full control over this B site for now. Mako still on a very late lurk. His way across, but Carpe nearby, noting this here at bench. Caught with the timing though. Over onto the iPad. Ends up falling. Izu counter swinging. Keeps him in with the advantage. Xiamen clears out the trip. Ring trying to work forward. Stealth drone up on top. Nothing going to be noted here. Ring watched Bane, maybe anticipating this a bit. Will be able to go ahead and win out the fight. A tad bit closer now is the round. Meteor gun down. Recovered vandal here from Hyunmin. Able to find some damage, but on the swing out. Comes down to Freeing and Bane versus Stacks. Flash goes forward. Some damage here onto Freeing. Needs desperately, however, to get through Bane, and he cannot. DRX managed to win out the third round, converting the bonus.
They're so good at reading the map, and they're so patient on this retake. This is a nice little piece of trickery from Flashback, showing that he had one gun, switches over to the shorty, did quite a bit of damage to Buzz, made the kill onto him that much easier, but they are just so good at really just taking their time, working together, coming at you from so many different angles. A main control there. Really, really powerful, and T1's gonna dig back into the north side well. Still have enough to almost get through a full buy. It's a Guardian and a Bulldog having to be bought down for Stacks and Izu respectively. Still pretty slow there. Use some of the Teho util to guarantee this orb. From there, just try to work your way in towards this A site. One away from a showstopper now for Buzz. It's just kind of back to all reliable. DRX going to play it somewhat similarly, not nearly as many players here, but Meteor going to play it a little bit further forward, has the cam behind him.
Meteor ends up falling here. Suddenly the players on the rope that much more exposed, but looks like they're just going to go ahead and back away.
Oh my
There's
god.
noise now noted, but Mako able to find one. How much more can he get? None. Gunman dead on the opposite side. Solid kills in reply here from T1, bringing it back into a 3v3. Bane down to 8 health. Flashback, however, filling in this position, creeping in right alongside where Mako had just fallen. Some noise gets noted here in main. Just the concuss available at the moment here from Freeing. A kill gets him at Armageddon. You say Flashback still slowly, carefully pushing his position further and further forward. Salvo sent. Flashback desperately trying to get there in time. Concuss gonna be sent down. Now he strikes. They're both stunned up. They're both killed off. As TRX rescue the round. Maintain their lead at 4-0.
This is playing with fire in a lot of different ways for T1. The fact that they get as far in this round as they do, a little bit surprising. All coming across that rope to try to bail out Meteor. If one player is a little bit further forward, I mean, Mako's still able to punish it pretty nicely, but Carpe and Stacks punching back. At least getting some damage done, but Freeing, excuse me, Flashback, just the whole time pushing through. And met with no resistance because you don't have that Cypher there. And he knows it, and he takes advantage of it. This time, kind of a spread formation for DRX. T1 as well, trying to set up for what seems like a beat crunch of sorts. Freeing is going to get the spot onto Izu.
That's a suppress on the 2.
Ooh.
Even more than he bargained for, but Mako taken down. This backstep from Meteor, absolutely monstrous. Carries the Guardian forward and now gets a neural theft. 2-2 split, lion share players still over here towards A. Meteor sends out some shots, warning them, I'm still here. You still have to be concerned. Flashback with the Outlaw can certainly deal some damage. Just the one player on this south side at the moment.
Smoke's down.
Steadily creeping closer and closer over towards Carpe. Showstopper, however, going to be opened up. Hyunmin spotted, dead, and Puhh hits the headshot on the back end. Vandal now scooped up as T1 look to get themselves online with a thrifty win.
Still have that rolling thunder as well. If worst comes to worst, you'd hope to not have to use it.
Stacks would love to keep that in the pocket for the next buy. He is playing forward in tower, not necessarily at risk. Stealth drone checking around. Going to be noted there, but Meteor falling. Bane suspecting that there's going to be another player out in this direction. But as soon as he turns his sights back over to this plant, that's when Buzz strikes. Kill found, salvos, dump paint shells in, freeing somehow.
What?
Drawing out the weapon. And he might just draw out this rolling thunder.
Oh my god!
Crashes across,
Oh.
cannot get it in time. Now they look to just hound him down, and Stacks will be able to go ahead and deliver the coup de grace, but my god, so much closer than we could have anticipated. Stacks will narrowly escape with his life, avoiding the blast radius of that spike. What a way for T1 to get themselves on the board, and what a turnaround from DRX to make it as close as it was.
Buzz! Disgusting shot with the Sheriff there. But freeing, man, never count this guy out. The fact that he brings out that rolling thunder is so annoying, and I was so ready to praise T1 in that round. Oh, but they can't really solidify their defense. A few pieces of the puzzle not coming together there, especially with that stealth drone not really getting any info. That hurt quite a bit. DRX was able to break through. Let's see what they're going to do.
Drone cleared, Meteor very well noted. They're looking at the triple face in. There's the swing out. Flashback, he'll just take the fight. Doesn't even really need the reinforcements. Eats a little bit of damage there. This drone gets cleared. Aftershock at the ready here for Bane. Sense it. Knows that he's going to be pushing them forward, but cannot get readjusted here on that Buzz, who sends out the blast pack, but Hyunmin still hitting the shot despite being pushed back.
Uh-oh.
Now pinned into the corner, stunned up. The Aftershock will claim him. Still in with a 3v3, but Mako wrapping around from Dish has the orbital at the ready.
You have the Steel Garden with flashback behind. They're ready for it.
Salvo sent. Carpe
Carpe?
getting the spot out. Izu, however, gets rid of free. It's all on Mako. He doesn't get the opportunity to try to invest the ult. Gets taken down. T1 get a follow-up round.
Yeah, this is great stuff here from Carpe in particular. Watching that backside, that keeps that round alive. A great adjustment from T1, recognizing something that had gone very, very wrong previously. I like DRX there, kind of being like, all right, if Meteor wants to lurk through here, we'll have something to say about it. Nice util combo from Stacks with the breach. Again, his signature agent showing some good value there. The stun into the aftershock. See if anybody's going to take the bait from DRX, but they're being extremely patient.
One suppress.
Yeah, there's Meteor.
Suppress on the one, but Mako now playing very entrenched. And he's in the orbital. Tries to open it up. Buzz leaping forward is able to find one. The rest of the team going to be cut off though in flashback. Goes ahead as the follow-up. Armageddon, their own orbital now going to be invested here. Spot up comes through on the Bane, and he gets cleaned up. Flashback, a narrow margin to play around here in tower, and on the peak, instantly finds a headshot on the Stacks. Swings back out, dodges the stun! As Showstopper not gonna find a damn thing, but Freeing will find Meteor. And just like that, despite the investments, despite the explosive power from T1, DRX has seemingly shrugged it all off. Carpe now asked to try to clutch, but the time is just not there. Flashback with a 4K. Will keep DRX out in the lead.
Ah, that's a really nice round from Flashback. playing those timings so well. The aim, crispy as heck. Throws out that steel garden in combination with Mako's ult. Even though Buzz got ahead of it, not much came out of it for T1. It's kind of a head scratcher for me for T1. I'm pulling the timeout button if I'm the coach, but it seems like we're going to let it roll. They were making so much noise there at B main ramp for so long, and DRX just kept leaning into it more and more. You know, I think T1 may be trying to bait out some of those ults, but by the time the clock is running down, speaking of, they're just running it down A main. Already fully in control of that territory. They just got to wait. Just wait for T1 to make a move. Okay, well.
Or for Meteor, just open things up, finds one. Spam through the box. Izu going to be dealt with as well, as there's a showstopper, and Flashback cannot reply. A couple players here on T1 weakened up, but seeking yet another thrifty here for themselves as the Aftershock. Not in position. Plant comes through. Stack's able to successfully get that down. All three players from DRX corralled on the same side of the map. One in Tower, two at Arcade. Meteor here at Canteen. The fault line going through, and Hyunmin stunned up. Easy pickings here for Meteor, as it looks like the call to retreat and save has been sounded. DRX backpedaling away as T1 continue to fight back.
It's just so important that Meteor is able to win some of those battles on the flanks, because that prevents Freeing from being able to come through Arcade. He was able to keep his camera there, get a spot on the Freeing, force him back down to the other side of the map. There's no flank angles able to be created, and T1's happy to scrap with you. And when they can win those, get onto the site. Not a lot else that DRX was able to do. So even though they're able to take that space early, just a few kind of good moments from T1 players individually break the space open. Obviously having the showstopper from Buzz, that helps. That's a nice tool to have. Then Hyunmin taken down. Let's see if T1 can continue. Find some success here on this attacker side. Certainly feels like they need to. Bane one away from his ult. Meteor close to another neural theft. Those are the two that are really more likely to play a part in this round. Oh my God!
Attempted the crunch, but Buzz plants his feet, stunned up, doesn't care, shrugs up the pressure. Comes up with the kill. Bane as well, down to 10. What a brutal turnaround here from T1.
Sometimes you just win those.
I don't even think they necessarily saw it coming. I just think that they counteracted so incredibly quickly.
Yep.
Double rope across now as everybody gets collected forward.
I know exactly.
Neural theft given over as they join on this south side.
Immediate pivot to A.
Spot out coming through, but Meteor still on that lurk, working his way through sewer. Going to be hearing these footsteps. Mako at tower, drops down. He's watching the angle, but now turns his back. An opportunity here for Meteor to try to strike. I mean, Mako trying to watch his rear at every twist and turn. In the meantime, back over here on the A side. Bane's going to come up with one. Blood's going to be taken down, but Stacks also dead seemingly here over at Sands. Counter action has done well. Now the pivot once again back over towards this side. Meteor, the pings come through.
30 seconds
Those,
left.
they're all going to be collected forward. Here in spawn, the initial shots are not going to connect. Gets suppressed, but doesn't need his util, needs to hit his shots, and he just cannot make it happen. Izu now, his turn. They're nearly lined up, and Mako is just too damn clean with it. And T1 going to be kicking themselves for this round.
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, they're working the map as best as they can. They're trying to use the neural theft to get to the other side of the map. DRX is ahead of it, and then Meteor, frankly, is ahead of DRX, but I'm not sure if Mako just kind of suspected that maybe somebody could be around that corner. He peeked out and then went back, and it just kind of broke Meteor's brain. And then the drone came out right behind him, which I don't think was initially intended for Meteor, but sure worked a treat. Nice little happy coincidence there. A little bit of util being thrown around both sides. It's a two-man push towards Dish. Stacks there. This is an attempt to sell a bit of a fake.
It's the wall. It's going to be Rolling Thunder now built up.
Or just a grab of the orb, and then they're going to try to just crunch them with that Rolling Thunder. That's going to send DRX players away from the site, at least some of them. See if they can successfully execute on this T1. They've kind of corralled DRX pretty nicely, but Hyunmin, Danger Man, right next to Stacks.
It's tucked in behind the box. Do they read this at all? Seems like the answer is going to be yes. Yep. Well-timed boom bot. Trying to get the clear out, but Hyunmin just strafes away from it. Looks for the second kill. Cannot make it happen. Buzz is able to find one at the end of it all, but everyone's just piling forward here into Mako. As he comes up with 3. Cooks him, shoots him, and serves him up. DRX swallow T1 up in that round. Now 7-3.
God, he is just so nasty. Just absolutely so well played. And again, this Rolling Thunder catches a couple players. But Mako, oh man, what a reaction onto Buzz.
Oh, hi, Buzz.
What's up, buddy? And he got a kill with his molly as well. Fantastic hold. Fantastic positioning from Mako. And now we're going to get the timeout from T1. But it just feels like some of these ideas are either overthought or underthought sometimes for T1. I thought maybe you could throw a little bit of that breach util, throw out, you know, a flashpoint, or throw out your fault line towards the A site, buy a little bit more attention over there, and then try to work your way back over towards B. You know, you grab the orb and, you know, DRX isn't really bothered by that. They're more keen on just kind of holding the line over at the B site. And T1 has been kind of widely ignoring A. They haven't really messed with it too much. As basic as it is, got to make DRX respect it a little bit more here. And that's why I'm talking about using some of that utility to try to sell some of that fake a little bit better. You know, because once that Rolling Thunder is there, got to find a little bit better opportunity to use it. Normally, Stack's pretty reliable with his breach util. Freeing has the Armageddon. A little bit of a spray down. Flashback. Not taking any of it. Trying to scoop up some more orbs, get Buzz one more showstopper in this half. But a lot of info there for DRX. Now I'm thinking, nobody at Arcade. And yeah, there's maybe a couple players in Tree, but let's shift back over towards A. A lot of their B hits have been telegraphed by players over in that Arcade area. I like the play calling. I like the shooting.
Yeah, Bane, so snappy today.
He is playing really good today.
Not just here to be the hype guy. Very much is participating.
It's easy to hype it up when you're the one killing.
Very true. Sends the fault line just in case that pressure continues to come through. Salvos as well do get drawn out. Buzz gets his way through. Sands and Freeing not aware of this at all. I'm getting caught completely off guard, but Hyunmin is here. He is not flashed up. He strikes. 2 kills found. Mako there, reinforcing. As it is just Izu at 60. Stuck inside of the smoke, and that boom bot is gonna spot him out, and it's gonna kill. Doesn't manage to get it with the Sheriff. A rare sight as Hyunmin gets 3, and DRX looking for a 9-3 half.
They're just reading this so well. Again, just understanding the tendencies of what they've been seeing and reacting to it incredibly efficiently. Hello. Just a kiss.
Kiss of death from the boom bot. Well, now Orbital as well as that Armageddon. The showstopper, one away here for Hyunmin. Buzz very much needing this orb.
And the orb that DRX is thinking they might go for is not the one that Buzz is going for.
Well, either way, they do have an op to protect this one. Trying to fault line him off the reswing. Oh, just a bit too much movement there from Flashback. Little wonky, but Mako still finds Meteor. Holding down that Arcade side. Pivot back over towards the A site here, it would seem. DRX very much anticipating that this pressure is still going to collapse onto B, so they're not in position to shut this down. Call comes through. As Buzz takes some space, gets himself over towards drop. Hyunmin right here, nearly shoulder to shoulder. Gets the spot out, swings out of the smoke. As it's a messy affair, but one that Hyunmin comes out a little bit cleaner. Spike planted, Bane going to be taking down Showstopper at the ready. 36 HP, spot out. Sees two, sends it. Showstopper going to be a bit shallow as they're able to tuck back, but they're zoned away. Salvos keep them cleared for now. Molly available, sent. Hyunmin going to have to get off this. No, dies. Carpe finds a third. Now the orbital going to be built up. He's waiting for the retap. He's playing off time. Ultimate now, sent. Freeing flashback, scattering here to the wins. As Carpe finds himself a fourth, now looking for the ace, but Izu on the swing will be able to find it. T1 rescue the round. Down by 4 here at the half.
Dude, Carpe has been absolutely electric these last couple of days. He bails T1 out in a big way. This round was messy. And I'm scratching my head a little bit why we don't feed Buzz an orb here. I mean, I guess you just want to get the plant down and try to sneak in to dish is the thought process. But that prevents, you know, that showstopper coming through, and that's when the alarm bell started ringing in my head. I'm like, oh boy, DRX is going to have their showstopper. This is looking dicey, but thank God for Carpe. He's able to hang on, get that orbital strike, and just make it basically unwinnable at that point. But that defender side for DRX, so good. So well prepared here today. Having such a good read on so many of those rounds, on exactly the tendencies that T1 was going to be showing and how to react to it. Mirroring them on the map, cutting them off so many times with those executes. Mako having a huge moment. Hyunmin has been fired up all day. And these two new players for DRX, Freeing and Hyunmin, have been just such a great pickup.
Absolutely. All right, I mean, Bane as well. I think, you know, as we're going to give Carpe a lot of props for coming back in.
Yes.
Similar, you know, sentiments have to be echoed here for Bane. Granted, a lot more preparation time compared to Carpe stepping back onto the stage. But gets called back onto the roster to perform, and Bane absolutely has done that in spades. Carpe right along with him.
Well, it's great to have a player who's like Bane, you know, willing to just be selfless, try to be good with the utility, and if the aim's there, then hey, great. But he understands the system of DRX so nicely. They're just gonna send this 5-man stack up. Now, T1 did have a counterforce of Sans Carpe.
Fanning back out over towards this arcade side with Meteor. Cutting back in towards the spawn, but that's when the strike comes in. Izu able to find one, but Hyunmin comes up with 2. Paint shell to claim. Stacks gets headshot.
Oh, Meteor.
Drift through the sewer. Meteor force off the angle. Buzz able to find flashback. Opens up the B main side. Spain pushing into the smoke. Somehow comes away with a kill. Meteor just cannot hold his ground. Carpe and Buzz now needing to be the ones to deliver.
Good God.
Here's the first shot. Paint shell still available, but that's a suppress. 5 more seconds, not having that nade to try to clear out an angle. Tower would be a damn good one. It gets set free, forced away, tagged up quite a bit, down to 45.
All missiles away.
Since the salvos, the drop, I don't believe it's heard. Finds the headshot, Buzz, trying to hold it, but Freeing wrests it from his hands. The Red Bull clutch, giving DRX another pistol win on Fracture.
So many great back and forth moments there for both teams. But Hyunmin just getting it done with the utility, getting it done with the guns. Bane able to react just that much faster than Meteor. And even though Carpe is hitting some nasty shots, nothing you can do when you don't know where Freeing is going to be coming from. Holding the angle, you have to pick one or the other there as Carpe. And you didn't feel like maybe he had enough time to make that rotation. Well, he did.
Buzz rushing forward, trying desperately to get this. Tucks back, sends it the paint shell, but hot on their heels here is Hyunmin, but it's going to be the salvo that takes him down. The quick send coming up with value as Hyunmin rides the rope, gets himself situated up top here at Sands. Izu on the site. Ooh, the shoulder spotted, the shot's opening up. Gets a glimpse of him. Eventually is able to find the kill. 2-player advantage now here in the hands of DRX as they want as clean of an anti-ego as they can get. Carpe does have that namesake sheriff in hand, but it swiftly falls to the floor as it's just going to be a bit of a meat grinder here. Some back and forth, 2 kills found. A bit of damage dealt. I believe 1 weapon going to be left behind, but DRX get to double digits.
Yeah, they're just really in tune right now, covering their angles nicely. Of course, this smother of utility, everything in the kitchen sink to make sure Buzz had nowhere to go. Just breaks open the space there at Rope. And the DRX fans are fired up in Busan. That was really nicely done. You drop a couple guns, sure, but you've got 2 rifles, including 2 bulldogs, to back up this bonus. Boy, oh boy, a little bit of attention being played, but this time,
That's out patiently.
Exactly.
Now looking for the strike. Gunman jumping forward, swings onto the corner, wins out the fight versus Buzz. Stacks the quick peek out. Does manage to go ahead and trade it back. Player advantage equalized. Weapon scooped up though, so firepower widely, evenly distributed.
Just a tap of the orb, grab it and go. That's gonna pull the rotation, at least temporarily, from T1.
Just Meteor here on the side by himself.
Look at how patient Flashback has been. Just looking for that Meteor lurk. Meteor had a real struggle on this site the last time against DRX. He was getting absolutely bullied. Taeho utility again. Should be clearing out that early trip. See if he can hold the line.
You're dancing around the center boxes, able to find one. Mako put down on the floor, but now they look at the refill space over at A. Freeing, slowly trying to trip forward to make a contact here against Izu, who wins out the fight.
30 seconds left.
3 players now on this A site. Meteor sounding the call, saying, yep, they're all pushing in towards main right now. As the door at Sands gets opened up. Swap of the weapon. All of this being heard, all of this being noted by T1, who seemingly have this round in hand. With Meteor getting ever closer. Finding that backstab. 10 seconds remaining. Nothing more that can be done here from Bane. Try to get some kills. Gets 1. The call to back away, leave him be, has been made. 3 players surviving, 2 left without their weapons. T1, fight back.
Yeah, this is much better now in a lot of different respects from T1. Even though Buzz gets bested by Hyunmin, still God Stacks just barely got a glimpse of him in time before the flash landed to try to bail Hyunmin out. Nice hold from Izu. Meteor on the other side. Really important that Meteor is going to be a nuisance, that he's picking up a kill or 2 every time that DRX is going to commit to B. Him and Carpe are having a little bit of problems over on that side of the map. So 1 round doesn't give you a great sample size to see if that's really been completely adjusted.
Oh my God, Buzz! What a shot! Takes Hyunmin clean out of the sky. Flat packed across. Mako caught, trying to go for the orb. Meteor takes him down, freeing, tries to trade it out. The boombot cleared. Bane trying to force his way forward here, but now Arcade has been reflooded. Bane is all in his lonesome, stuck up here and now killed off in isolation. As T1 not going quietly into the night. They will keep the gap ever more narrow. His Flashback's position is noted, but no one really wants to try to take this weapon away from him. No one going on the hunt.
There's not much Flashback can do at this point. Save the gun, move on to the next round there. As DRX, Bane has some money, but the rest of the economy is a little bit shaky for them. Another great setup there. And this time, putting Buzz up on top of the generator causes some real issues as he's able to find that impressive as hell kill. And Meteor able to get the 1 before he gets taken down. And then Buzz right there to get back into tower to reinforce that space.
10 seconds
Smother
left.
DRX out of that round. Much better reactions. Much better setups on the defender side. So T1 has gotten a little bit of extra prep in, a little bit of extra time to think about how they want to handle this defender side. And who would have thought maybe Fracture's defender sided today? It do be like that sometimes.
Well, 2-2 so far in this half. We'll have to wait and see, but I mean, the Buzz, what a snappy reaction. It's so very crisp. And just the refilling of space here for T1.
Yep.
Not allowing for that spike to be obtained, not allowing for that tower position to be established, and that is going to be a timeout called here from the side of DRX.
Yeah, I think this is smart from Termi. Stop the shenanigans. See if you can think about a few different ideas. Start toying with some other parts of the map a little bit. Dish has been kind of left abandoned by DRX. Maybe they can contest that space a little bit more. The hall control has been good. Now you need to kind of work off of that a little bit more. See if you can push and pull T1. To T1's credit, though, when you have tried to do that, they've been really good at reacting to it on Fracture so far. And that's a huge improvement for them from what we saw from them the last time on this map. They're much more fluid, playing with a lot more confidence after that Lotus. You know, something we saw, something the desk was talking about that T1 does so well on that map. Now if you can transfer it over to some of the other maps, this kind of aggressive, brawly style that T1 is going to bring, if you could get good reads, if you could get Stacks being really vocal, or whoever it needs to be, Carpe maybe doing a little side calling, I don't know.
Can I get a drop?
Whatever it is.
Thanks.
So far, so good. But now, after this timeout, again, a crunch coming towards A. Couple different directions. Getting out a little bit of that util. Make sure this orb is good to go. And the push. Stealth drone gets that spot, though, sees all three. That's making it a little bit easier here.
Showstopper, late draw on that one. Sends it point blank right at Izu's feet. Carpe flushed out. Stacks now out into the open. Cannot confirm either kill. Damage dealt to both Hyunmin and Flashback, but both still breathing.
Spike planted.
Buzz now arriving. It's one into the shoulder. He's got his work cut out for him. Economy's in a decent place, and Meteor does manage to open things up a little bit, but given that you're both collectively down below a single full HP bar, it's gonna take a hell of a lot more before you can actually commit to trying to go for this retake.
Meteor's already saving.
Yeah, the jiggle on the one. Only Buzz saying, well, I've got money. See if I can take some away from DRX, but that fault line is going to be enough to seal the deal. Retreat will be sounded here. DRX off the back of the timeout, not allowing for T1 to continue clawing things back. They'll get themselves up to 11.
Yeah, this is nice adjustments from DRX. Good timeout from Termi, as usual. Just taking advantage of some of that open space that hadn't been explored up on the north side of the map. And T1 this time not really as quick to react to it. Kind of just setting up three players in there, but with a showstopper bouncing through, Flashback connecting on the way in. Just not a lot that T1 can really do in that situation. It's just a really good setup from DRX. Very difficult to stop that if you're going to commit to a three-person defense on that A site.
Operator.
Op.
Buzz gonna be able to play off the back of the camera here, over on that arcade side. Flashback noted Izu still hanging around. Goes for the jiggle peek. Sends out the stun. Now can just look to re-swing. Couple shots through the dish, but as he swings out, Flashback has the headshot. Comes up with the good. Stacks with an answer back, though. Keeps things evened up at 4-4. Page to keep him at bay for now. Carpe lingering within the smoke. Spike being brought forward out of main plant onto the corner.
You've got so many good ults for this retake.
Look at what Bane just got. Rolling Thunder, as well as that Armageddon. Used in conjunction can be such a deadly combo. His Buzz for now, just trying to check out default, trying to check underneath.
Oh, look at the Mako.
Showstopper now going to be drawn out. Red carpet thrown. Hyunmin on the peak, ends up getting taken down. But here comes the Rolling Thunders now. Just going to be sent out, dueling against one another. Carpe trying to go on the swing. Sends out the molly, gets zoned back. Mako able to find one. Swing onto the corner. No, they get cooked alive. Mako dead to the aftershock. And with the cleanup on the Bane, T1, they win out the brawl.
What a reaction from Stacks.
For this elimination, gets us the round win, but comes up shy of the mark. The gap now, once again, 4 rounds separating. It's freeing. Just a classic in hand.
You just wait behind for your teammate to die and then scoop it up off of them.
I think you'd prefer to
Or
take
just-
it off an enemy.
Yeah, of course. I'm
My ultimate's ready.
talking about ranked player mentality there.
Sure, sure. But now,
Oh, look at these. Oh, this trips. These are nice. A little bit deeper. You might lose the first one of the salvos, but that second one on the site gives you a little bit of flexibility to fall back.
Buzz. Oh, that's the classic on the ground. Freying dead now. Steel Garden going to be sent Buzz up and over the top. Let's back out a little bit to go ahead and send the paint shell. Weapons jammed up here for the moment as the site gets ready to be taken. Meteor, however, still in tower. Izu arriving, seeing flashback. Ready to send out the stun. Flashback tucks away.
Planted.
Meteor spraying through, however, gets a sense of it. Knows where Hyunmin's going to be holding. Comes up with the kill. Buzz now off back into his hands. Takes down Mako. Stacks staying alive as they just get picked apart one after the other. Flawless round for T1. As this map is far from over.
No doubt about it.
Flawless.
Just great anticipation of some of the movements of DRX there. Buzz getting some value out of the op. Meteor playing his life nicely, dodging that steel garden. Not really giving it much opportunity to find effect. Just great patience shown from T1 there. Buzz just hiding in a smoke, waiting out the steel garden. Rest of the team shows up. This might be timeout numero dos from DRX.
I mean, it has to be.
Yeah.
And it is. So DRX just 3 rounds in between, sending the final timeout. Termi likely going to be a bit of an all-in bid just to at least get themselves up to 12.
Curious about now what the adjustment is going to be. You know, maybe some more of those crunches, because it seems like T1's doing generally a pretty good job of avoiding some of these executes, other than that one round where there was the showstopper and, you know, Hyunmin jumps up on top of the A platform. But other than that, they've been just kind of dodging a lot of what DRX has been throwing their way post-pistol. I think just a little bit, take a little bit more time here as DRX, be a little bit more difficult to read. Or if you just have like two world beater executes in the back pocket here that Termi can just play call to just close the map out, then yeah, sure, go for it.
We'll see.
Pull out, you know, saw G2 do this to close out a map earlier. Just a lightning execute could be the way.
Op still there. Somewhat surprising not. Maybe you could see just, you know, an outlaw to further reinforce this buying. This setup here for T1, granted, it wasn't flawless, so don't really need to spend any money down, but you know they're going to be facing quite a bit of half armor as this Buzz looking for the shot and gets ahead right there onto Mako. Stack swinging out. Gives it to Hyunmin. Now flashback, work cut out for him. It's good to come away with one, but Stax is still sat here holding down Sands. A ride to the rope, Bane, back turn, doesn't know what hit him, but it's a meteor. Right to the back of the skull and into Fring's face. T1 nullifying the timeout. 2 rounds separating.
Well, they just go for this fast hit, and Buzz just has a great position there to anticipate it. Mako still did quite a bit of damage, got him down to 30 health. Stacks right there to reinforce. Swings out, Meteor comes up from the rope, drops 2. T1 dodging that execute quite nicely, capitalizing there. Bit of a gamble from DRX out of that timeout, does not pay off. Now you're down to an eco. Some util being sent Stax' way.
Okay,
Oh,
not enough
no.
of a gap as the aftershock is also there from Bane. A very nice trap play.
What is that?
It's disgusting is what it is.
Oh my God.
Util dump gets him an early advantage.
That is awesome.
Stacks now gonna have to be IGLing from beyond the grave as Buzz still trying to get into a very forward aggressive position here with that op and just does not nail the flick, freeing. Beams him with the Sheriff. What a headshot.
That got the DRX fans in the crowd fired up. I felt like this map was very much theirs. And all of a sudden, it has been slipping through their fingers. Again, trying to make sure the area under rope is theirs.
Meteor still here though.
Not having any of it.
Holds Hyunmin at bay. Salvo sent from Izu. Slowing up the approach where possible. Spain gets another Orb 3 away from having the ult online. Orbital is available for Mako. Carpe has one on the opposite side. Looks like they're going to try to flush somebody out into the open. And that works a treat. Flashback, line of sight. Izu ends up falling. Their own orbital now going through, but flashback inches forward. Effectively barrel stuffs Meteor, and he gets Carpe in the smoke. What a round from flashback.
Match point.
A thrifty to get DRX up the map point.
Oh, and just when things looked like maybe T1 had a comeback in the works, it is stymied. A banger from Freeing, and then flashback gets to work with the op from Buzz. Thank you very much. Oh, he saw the iPad. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. What a play.
Takes it right out of Carpe's hand, password protected. Parental controls in play. Boombot scouting forward here, making sure there's no immediate forward presence at B main. T1. Still a full buy, still an op behind. They have enough money to continue onward. They can persevere through this round.
I like this. I want to see a little bit of more trickery towards this A side. You've got the op clearing a lot of space. You've got Mako there to reinforce. I mean, if you can just get a pick here with all the attention you created over at B, you might feel comfortable to pull the trigger.
Just waiting for any kind of contact here. Flashback slowly, steadily creeping forward, but
Oh, Carpe.
real line of sight for him to get. Carpe is there, but around the corner. Likely be Izu. They clash with first and foremost. As Hyunmin trying to go for the entry. Flashbacking forward stacks. Trying desperately to hunt him down. The wide swing out though. Mako able to find one. Hyunmin gets Izu. Carpe now forced to push up into the smoke. Gets a headshot on the Bane, but cannot confirm the kill.
30 seconds left.
It's now down to Buzz and Meteor.
Spike planted.
Try to turn the tides of the round. The spot out. The op shot ends up going wide, rolling then and crashing across Meteor. Dropped. DRX looking for the finisher. The bounce into the corner. The stun connects. Buzz manages to hit him with the no-scope. There's so much more work to be done. Everyone low on HP, but with just the operator, can he pull it off? Look at the shot. Somehow does get Hyunmin from that angle, but can do no more. DRX, they take Fracture. They get themselves up to match point.
Oh boy, what a map though. T1 stringing together some nice defensive rounds to really